Hello friends, and welcome back to the now renamed Call Alan. I thought the original name was better, but my producer tells me there's a character limit on titles in SoundCloud, so we had to go with just Call Alan. Never mind, eh? First of all, we had a few questions from last week's show. Jen Hilda from Dartford upon Windermere asks, I tried your recipe for meatloaf and mine came out very dry. What did I do wrong? Well, Jen Hilda, I don't think we've ever actually done any recipes on the show, so I'm not really sure. Maybe you need to add more butter. Carlthanon from Ashbury St Syphilis asks, why does everything in my life seem empty and hollow? I just can't seem to find any joy in anything. Well, you could try different biscuits maybe. On a Wednesday, try a rich tea or a plain digestive. Sometimes, when I'm feeling blue, I pay my neighbour to dress up as my ex-wife and hit me with a phone book. It's quite relaxing. This episode of Call Alan is brought to you by Dubiousnet. Do you own a small business or need an online portfolio? Dubiousnet can help you design and host your site for as little as £3 a year. That's very reasonable. Their intuitive tools allow you to pick from blue, lilac or cerulean colour schemes, as well as several choices of pre-written blocks of text. But not only that, you can choose from up to 4 pre-approved images: cat, armchair, an unlicensed image of Buzz Lightyear, or the armchair again. I like the armchair personally, really spices things up. For your not-free trial, go to dubious.net.net/trial-for-idiots/callalan for 1% off. Back to the show. Right, let's take some calls, shall we? Who's first?
Oh, we got Vickers from Staines on line 1.
No, don't put him through.
I want my fucking money back, Ellen. That marmalade gave me a migraine. Church fight, more like a fucking food poisoning party.
Probably a wrong number. Let's try another, shall we?
Steve from Fenchurch is on line 2.
Stephen, what would you like to talk about?
Actually, it's Steve.
Okay. What would you like to talk about, Steve?
Thing is, right, I got this bird.
Are you referring to the woman in your life, Steve?
Yeah, you could say that, mate. Thing is, right.
How long have you been together, Steve?
I don't know, a year, sounds about right.
Oh, that's nice. And is there some kind of problem?
Well, the thing is, right, she flies into a murderous rage whenever I phone a radio calling show to ask about the problem.
And what is the problem?
The problem is the murderous rage she flies into whenever I phone a radio calling show. No, Patrice! Patrice, no! No, Patrice, no!
Well, I hope they work things out. Who's next?
Susan Bentethel wants to ask about interior decoration on line 1.
You're sounding more and more like your father every day, John.
Thanks.
Hello, Susan. How can I help you?
Hello, Alan. Big fan. I was just wondering what you thought about colour choices for curtains. I have an up-facing lounge, so it could be almost too bright in there.
Up-facing?
Yes, it faces directly up.
Don't all rooms face up, to some extent?
Not like this one, Alan. All the furniture is on one wall, the door is on the floor, and the windows are on the ceiling. The room faces up.
Oh.
Yes, so what I wanted to ask, what colour curtains should I go with?
What's the colour scheme in the room?
Well, there's lilac and cerulean.
I'm sorry, why is the room like that?
My husband insists on it.
Really?
Ever since the earthquake.
Earthquake? Where are you?
Trunch.
What happened in the earthquake?
The house moved.
Moved?
Yes, it moved from not being in a pit to being at the bottom of a pit. We're just trying to put a brave face on things, though.
Alright, I think that's enough of that. Time for a break. In this politically correct world where you can't say anything without offending someone, you need a place to get things off your chest. By calling us on, you can say whatever you want to one of our dedicated call centre staff. Hello, what would you like to talk about?
I ain't racist, right? But
How can I help you?
It's not that I think we're better than them, I just think we should be separate.
Get things off your chest without incurring the pathetic wrath of some Guardian reader who's probably a lesbian anyway. Call I'm not racist but on. Welcome back to Call Alan. Who's next?
We got Quiet Southern Phil on line 4.
Hello, Phil. How can I help you?
Hello, Alan. I'm Quiet Southern Phil, and I like quiet southern things. First time caller, long time listener. I just wanted to ask if you knew any nice quiet pastimes. I like quiet things, you see, and I thought you might have some tips.
Well, yes, Phil, I do. But are you really into quiet things, or are you just a quietness poser, like all these kids with their noise-cancelling headphones?
I didn't realise I had to prove I was a quiet person, Alan. I just wondered if you had any tips for things to do. Sometimes I get a little bored.
Boredom is the sure sign of a raucous and loud mind. You, sir, are as loud as they come. I don't know if you know this, Phil, but I actually have a kind of monopoly on being calm and quiet. So I think it would be best for all of us if you stopped calling yourself Quiet Southern Phil and left us all alone. Southerners aren't quiet anyway. They're too busy with their nightclubs and the skyscrapers. Not like up here where it's nice and quiet. I bet you put loads of milk in your tea, don't you, Phil?
No, I hardly put any in.
Oh, really? How much do you put in?
A tiny drop of milk. A thimbleful.
A thimble? You could drown a mouse in a thimble. That's far too much. I have a special pipette so I can add the smallest amount of milk you've ever seen. The tea doesn't even change colour. You're not a quiet person, Phil. You're a phony.
No, I'm definitely a real quiet person. I like walking alone in the park. I like sitting quietly in a comfy armchair and reading with a cup of coffee.
Coffee? Are you mad? That stuff will have you running round the house like a drug-crazed toddler. No, no, no. Much too fancy and much too noisy. I think you're just pretending to be quiet, Phil, so I'm hanging up the phone.
But I thought we could be friends.
Right, that's enough for this week, I think. Come back next time for more Call Allen. We'll have special guest Ephraim Malarkey, the baker from the village. Won't that be exciting? Hello there. It's Sam here, real Sam, not character Sam. Just wanted to have a little quick message at the end of this to say thanks for listening, and if you'd like to support the Sam Rae-Cast, then on your head be it, quite frankly. But if you like leaving a rating and review on iTunes, sharing it, tell your friends, tell your mum, tell a dog, print it out and send it to your uncle, do whatever you want. Yeah, it'd be great if more people knew about it. Thanks. Bye.